All right, welcome back. In the first section, I showed you how I traced a painting wrapped in paper, and after I turned off the camera, I did it twice, and then I cut the base. Now let me get this out of the way. I've got one more cut to make in this 1-inch thick styrofoam. So if you're using a different thickness of styrofoam, and by the way, let me clarify myself. This is not, I know you can tell by looking, but I don't want anybody running off and getting white poly bead, oh no, it's escaped my mind. Poly bead. The white stuff, what a lot of us call styrofoam. Styrofoam is actually a brand name. I'm not sure I'm using the right brand name. But anyway, this is much denser. This is not like that white stuff. So this will not work with the white stuff. Okay? So don't let my using the word styrofoam confuse you. Okay, so I'm going to make my last cut. And one of the reasons I saved to do this on camera is I want to throw in one commercial. Many years ago, I don't remember when or why, but I bought this 6-foot aluminum straight edge. And it hangs in my garage, and I am astounded how many times I end up using this thing. What's the difference between that and a yardstick? And I have a whole bunch of yardsticks, and I use those too. Well, a yardstick with a knife is not a good combination. You wouldn't believe how many times I've carved an edge in my yardstick. So the aluminum works better, and of course it's 6 feet long. And I don't need a 6-footer right now, but again, I'm amazed how many times I do really use that 6-foot length. So I'm using my good old trusty aluminum straight edge again today, and I'm going to make 2 passes through this styrofoam. Again, if you missed the first episode, I'm using a narrow snap-off blade. Snap-off blades are, in my opinion, by far the best thing for cutting styrofoam. If you're cutting straight. If you're cutting curves, that's an entirely different matter. You have to get into hot wires and batteries and toxic fumes and all kinds of things. That's another story for another time. But today it's a straight line, so snap-off blade is the way to go. Okay, so that is cut. Now I'm going to, here's the box that I'm making. And by the way, I just traced each layer. It doesn't have to be exact, as you will see. It doesn't have to be exact around the edges. Close is good enough. I don't know if you heard that. It does not need to be exact around the edges. Close is good enough. Okay, now look how sweet that slides down in there. Oh, I failed to mention too that, of course, I'm using a 2-inch stretcher bars. If you're using a 3/4 inch stretcher bar in your paintings, then 1 layer of this would work. But for a 2-inch stretcher bar that fits, that's just so beautiful. And by the way, I did my paper wrapping in the last episode. I did it really fast and messy, as you could see. And then my assistant Seth here came and helped me wrap it up much cleaner. If you're thinking this is cleaner than what you saw a few minutes ago, you're exactly right. Okay, so this is the lid. And voila, we have a box. Now, in this episode, I'm going to show you how to finish making this into a box. Basically, it entails wrapping it in stretch wrap. It took me a while to figure out, what do they call this? I have 2 brands here. I don't know what brand this is, and this is Scotch, but it's called, if you want to look it up and find it, it's called Stretch Wrap. And that's what we're going to build this box out of. But one more little simple here, Seth, you can help me. Let's put a nail on this side in each corner. This is sort of extra. I've never done this before. But it seems like a good idea, especially just while you're putting it together. Just kind of help hold the thing intact a little bit. And be careful, don't put it through my painting. Yuck, yuck. Okay, now Seth, if you'd help me, we're going to turn the whole thing over this way without hitting the light. And let's do a nail in each corner this way too. So this is just a little extra insurance, just to make the thing just a little bit more stable while we start to put the plastic on it. Now, as you will see, when we start putting this stretch wrap on, this is a part of the job that really helps to have an assistant. If you don't have an assistant, if Seth wasn't here, I would be doing this myself. I would figure out a way to make it work. That's what creative people do. You just figure out a way to make it work, but it would take longer. It might not be quite as neat. So, but with two of us here, we should be able to get this done fairly. Hang on to it. Okay. Coming up your way, this way. Now, can we catch an edge down there? Right at the moment, by the way, I'm kind of glad we put those nails in it, because that would have been a little bit harder without the nails. Okay. Whoops. Okay, that's good. That's good. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. This will work. Like I said, one way or the other, you figure out a way to make it work. Okay, I've got this now.
Okay.
Would you grab the overlayer? This piece right here. And no, I got the inside layer. You get the outside one and just pull it down and tight against my layer. There you go. Once you get that first seal, of course it's like saran wrap. We're good now. We're good to go. Okay, now from now on, we're going to start going at an angle. So no more straight. And it's like, okay, if you turn the box, I'll hold the plastic. Frankly, this is kind of fun. What a great invention. I mean, this is the way they ship. Oh, hang on, let me get it. This is the way they ship tons, literally tons of stuff that's on flat pallets, right? It's going from the distribution center to Target and to Walmart and stuff like that. Forklifts are hauling around piles of things that are all wrapped in plastic. Crazy. I don't know when that started, and I'm saying as though that's a little known fact of science or something. I expect you all already know that, but I just find it fascinating that this is now at least for the moment, this is the technology of choice. Okay, I'm going to rip this off with my mighty strength or lack thereof. Rip it off. I think it's the package of choice for this very reason. It's so easy. Let's do the same operation, Seth. This time going this way. It's so forgiving, isn't it? I mean, that first layer, look, it's got all kinds of wrinkles in it and irregularities. But when all is said and done, it just doesn't matter. As long as you get the whole thing covered, that's all that matters. And we're going to do that without any trouble at all. Now, while we're doing this, let me talk a little bit about. Watch out for the dining room light. Let's talk about traditional or normal painting shipping techniques. If you walk into a UPS store or a FedEx store, and you tell them you want to ship a painting, they will smile really big. And they will say, "Yes, sir, Mr. Nelson, we have a box just made for shipping paintings." And they'll show you this wonderful box, and it unfolds just to the right size you want, and you go, "Golly, that sure is a nice box." And they say, "Sure is, Mr. Nelson." And not only that, it comes with a guarantee that your painting will arrive safely. Of course, if you pay $100 more in insurance, which I plan to do this painting anyway. So, and then you'll say, "Okay, and how much does that cardboard box cost me?" And they'll say, I forget now, somewhere between $80 and $150 for a cardboard box. I'm going, for a cardboard box? Yes, sir, Mr. Nelson, that's how much these cardboard boxes cost. Now, before I'm popping off here, I'm being a smart aleck, aren't I? I should look up and see how much it really is. It may not be that much. All I can remember is, like, the first time I heard how much this box was going to cost me, I was like, gulp. So that's why I'm not doing this. Now, if there's anybody there that somebody watching this that works for FedEx or UPS, I mean, it's a great system. It really is. And you just pay for it. That's all. But this is basically, we're not quite done, but that's basically it. Now, let me just tell you, I have not shipped hundreds. I've shipped dozens of paintings this way. Never had one get damaged yet. There is no question a forklift can go through that without any trouble. But you're going to pay for insurance, right? Now, how much? That's a good question. I don't usually, like, let's just say the buyer is paying $2,000 for this painting. Now, just between you and me, I don't typically insure it for $2,000. You can do what you want, but I insure it for maybe $1,000. It's not, to me, the question is, how much is it going to cost me to replace the painting? Are you with me? So if they drive a forklift through my box and say, we killed your painting, here's $1,000, then I'm saying they're going to pay me $1,000 to do another one. And since I've already done it once, I can probably, you know, I'll be disgruntled, but I won't be totally dismayed if because it's one day of painting for $1,000. Now, I'm sorry, if your paintings cost a lot more and take a lot longer, you adjust accordingly. But I just insure it's for replacement value, not what's the word, art value. Okay, Seth, are you still here? He's got a 10-year-old kid he's got to take care of in the other room too, so he's being Papa. I'm going to do one more thing. We're going to do one more thing to this painting to make it just a little bit more secure. No, I'm not going to wrap the whole thing in packaging tape. This is just sort of like extra. Do you like that sound? I actually don't mind it. I hope I'm not driving some of you guys crazy. But it wouldn't surprise me if I was. So we're going to do just a little bit. The main thing I'm going to do with it is I'm going to go around all the way around the outside edge. But Seth, let's do one more right here. I feel like this just gives it just a little bit more security, a little more of an exoskeleton than it already has. And by the way, I mentioned earlier that it doesn't matter if these line up exactly. I hope you can see that here. My cutting is fast and loose and hurried. You can see it's out of alignment, but it does not matter. Did you get that? So I don't want you spending hours and hours and hours, you know, sticking your tongue out and trying to get these all exact. It just doesn't matter because this plastic is going to hold it. I wonder, Seth, if we can go around this way. And that for you. Now, it is nice to have an assistant for this part, but this part would be very easy to do by yourself. And I'm taking advantage of the fact that Seth is here, so we just clear that light, don't we? About a quarter of an inch shy of the dining room light. Okay, and we got all four. No, we got down here to go yet, don't we? Okay, one more. Nope, we did it. Okay, we did it. We just got here. Now, I'm going to go around the edges one more time. I should say one more time. I'm going to go around the edges completely. Because I feel like this is the one place where the, you know, something might grab it and cause that plastic to start unraveling. So I'm going to reinforce the whole outside. And it's going to take two layers of this tape. Is it? Okay. You know, I don't know about you, but I kind of have this. It's probably, I can't blame it on the depression anymore, but maybe I can blame it on the fact that I was raised by parents who lived through the depression. I have this scarcity as sort of my, you know, my default position. And even at something like this, I'm going, dang, that's a lot of tape. Wow, that's a lot. We're using a lot of tape. I have to force myself to go, 49 cents? Are you with me? I mean, maybe it's 89 cents. I don't know. But, you know, you buy by the dozen, and they cost, you know, $5.99 for a dozen of these. And so, no. You use the dang tape. That's it. That's what it's there for. Maybe I'm the only one that has those kind of problems, but sometimes I have to tell myself, get out of that scarcity. I'm a poor boy mode. You know? Okay. And just do what you need to do to get the job done. Okay, let's rub all that down. Make sure it's good and tight. So I think you got the picture. The cool part about this packaging strategy is, I would guess, because of course what costs is how large it is plus how much it weighs, especially the weight. And I would guess that with all of this packaging that I think is pretty darn secure, I would think we've added less than 1 pound to the weight of this painting. Maybe 2 pounds. I mean, I can't feel it. I'm just trying to guess how much does that much insulation weigh. You know what, Seth? Let's do one more right around this way. And then my wife, bless her heart, is going to take this either to UPS or the post office or FedEx. I don't know which. Generally speaking, my impression is that the post office is the cheapest, and UPS is next, and FedEx is the most. I think I'm not paranoid about that. I've shipped a lot of things by US Post Office and have never had any problem. Nothing's ever been lost or damaged. Am I lucky? I don't know. But, you know, if it costs $50 that way and $200 for FedEx, I'm going to go with the $50 because I've had good luck. Okay, so that's one way to ship paintings. And if you have any friends who are artists and need to see this, please share this with them. If you like this long, boring, technical video, then click like. And I'll be back with another adventure. Maybe today, for sure by tomorrow. Thanks for watching.